the criminal pretended to be a teacher to sneak into class. He was hoping to get the attendance sheet, but got splashed with ink all over his body. He held back his anger and took a seat, only to fall right into another trap. No matter how hard he tried, it just wouldn't come off. When the day finally ended, he went to a bar hoping to let off some steam, but ran into yet another setup. He had just gotten out of prison, and was now being humiliated by a bunch of students. How could he face the world like this anymore? So the next day he showed up to class with a gun. When he saw students skipping, he fired a shot. Everyone immediately rushed back to the classroom. After handling the student issue, he began digging for the money buried under the school, but got kicked out due to unpaid rent. So he moved in with a coworker. She wasn't going to agree at first, but once she heard the delinquent students had suddenly become obedient, she agreed on one condition: that he help the kids actually learn. When someone refused to get in the pool during swim class, he simply threw them in. When students got into fights, he held their heads underwater until they apologized. Surprisingly, none of the parents complained. Turns out they hadn't seen their kids this well behaved in years. The only one against him was the female teacher. She believed violence and threats weren't the answer, that it should be charm and inspiration instead. Otherwise the kids would grow up to be criminals too. He didn't quite understand what she meant, until the day he dug up a time capsule. It turned out to be hers. Inside she had written about wanting to be a teacher since childhood. It took him back to his own childhood. He had once dreamed of becoming a firefighter, but his teacher always called him worthless just for being an orphan. That trauma eventually led him to a life of crime. Now he was determined to change these kids' future, so he started having real talks with them. When he learned some boys wanted to become drug dealers, he took them to an abandoned building where addicts lived in filth. The place stank with rot, and the addicts barely looked human anymore. The students who thought drug dealers were cool were now terrified. Then he tracked down the leader of the girls and showed her test results. She had the highest score in the class. She didn't believe it, so he explained the questions were basic, too easy to be interesting. That's how gifted kids are. The girl was overwhelmed. Realizing she was smart, she began studying harder than ever. He saw one boy had a gift for acting, so he got him into the drama club. The boy landed the lead role. As the students changed, the criminal ended up becoming the most beloved teacher.